posted in a place you can see them every day. How's Miss Angela this morning? I read lips and all I heard was either sofa tire or so tired.
I have to unmute myself so you can hear me. I'm super tired, but I'm sure give me an hour, I'll be good. I'll snap out of it.
Yeah. Knowing where you're at's half the battle. Be super realistic at where you're at.
How was everybody's weekend?
Clearly it must have been good because there's a lot of people that are just slowly getting on this right now.
Good morning.
Good morning, you three. Good morning, Robin, Renee, Teresa.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, how was everyone's long weekend? Any accomplished wins? Anything awesome?
I got somebody in contract.
You got something under contract? High five.
Got a closing.
Yeah, closing.
Hey,
I like it.
got a listing signed and a new buyer.
Is that the listing from last week? The one that you were nervous
Yes,
about?
he finally signed it. Yeah.
Congratulations. Great job.
Great. Excellent.
Awesome. Very cool. I was a productive Memorial Day. I actually took a drive out to Green Valley and took a $400,000 listing on top of a hill, which is quite possibly the tallest roof lines I have ever seen in a spec-built house.
Wow.
Yeah, 16-foot ceilings in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Guys, it is Tuesday. I know this because I'm wearing a purple shirt. If I was left, I would not be wearing a purple shirt. I almost walked out of the house in a blue shirt today, thinking it was Monday. So you can imagine where the frustration came in from my brain going, wait, it's not Monday? So we are 20% done with this week. How do you feel about that? Wow.
Don't make my time go any faster than it already is.
Ellen, mute. You can hear your turn signal.
Sorry.
Okay. There we go.
It might have been me.
No, it was Ellen. It was giving me the highlighted square. You guys are gonna have to self-mute because I don't think Caitlin's monitoring
Dan.
what to do. What's
Purple.
that?
I got my purple on now.
Nice. Purple Shirt Tuesday is a thing, guys. Rock with it. Join the times. Either you're cool or you're not. I don't know.
I ordered one.
So the one thing I want to point out is we're 20% done with the week. We had the weekend. We're into Monday. We're 20% done with this week. And most people in a linear mindset when it comes to your day, and that's Monday through Friday, right? In real estate, unfortunately, we're taught to think similarly along those lines because oftentimes it's not just a, full-time agent that runs 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They create some kind of schedule for themselves, and it's usually Monday through Friday, which is 100% okay. You work around your schedule for a life worth living, right? We want to schedule our priorities first, schedule your life and live around them. So if you guys took yesterday off, what are you going to do to make up for it for the rest of the week?
We gotta do a little bit more.
Okay.
Hustle.
Hustle? I need a number to it, guys. These are very vague terms. It's like a husband telling his wife, "I'll get to it." Does that answer fly?
Well,
I need to make 10 more contacts a day.
10 more contacts a day. I love it. That is a nominal, measurable, and realistic target.
Well, I normally have 50 calls a week, if not more. So I definitely, actually I didn't take Monday off. I took Sunday off. So I have a whole day I have to make up at least another 15 calls. So
Good.
I can do it.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that you guys are realizing, you know what? Take some time off, work around that time. More shit gets done the day before a vacation than the month preceding it. because you're hyper focused, you have a task oriented mindset, get it knocked out. But don't just phone it in, make it productive. This is the time where we're going to start engaging more clients. We're going to start having more conversations about real estate. And we need to start turning more of these opportunities into contracts. That's the name of the game, right? Who gets paid on maybe? Not a single one of us. So let's get paid on yeses. And our job is to get them to yes. So let's work on that right now. I want somebody to work on a script that I keep hearing over and over and over again, and that's, I'm not ready to buy. How many of you have heard that in the last couple of weeks? I just don't know if it's the right time. I'm not ready to buy. I'm uncertain. I don't know about my job. All of these things fit in that category, do they not? Mm-hmm. So how do we overcome that?
By giving them facts to think about, the certainties of what we know today that we don't know tomorrow.
Teresa, I just don't know if I'm ready to buy.
Well, Dan, what makes you say that?
I love it. I love it. What makes you say that? Let's get to the root core of it. Objection handling 101 is isolate. Renee, I just don't know if I'm ready to buy. Yeah, I caught you texting.
Why do you say that? I
Not
said, why do you say that?
What makes you say that?
Okay, what makes you say that?
What makes you say that? So, Greg, I don't think I'm ready to buy. You're muted, bud.
Hey, Big Dan, what makes you say that?
I'm unsure of what the market is going to do. All this Corona stuff worries me.
What makes you say that?
Now we want to start isolating again. Okay, I understand that the Corona stuff is concerning to you, as it is a lot of people. You want to validate their objection. I'm not ready to buy. What makes you say that? Flush out the objection. I'm worried about the market, what's going to happen. So now we're going to say, okay, I completely understand having a concern about the market during the coronavirus, as a lot of people are doing so. What is about blank that has you, not wanting to move forward? So who wants to give it a shot? Tess, I don't think I'm ready to buy. God, I can read lips real well now.
What makes you say that?
I'm just concerned about the whole coronavirus thing and what the market's going to do. I don't want to buy something and 6 weeks from now have it be worth half.
See, you threw me. Because I was getting ready to say or ask something about why is that concerning to you or whatever. And then you threw in why you were concerned. So see, I can't think on my feet like that.
No, what I tried to do is give you something, because all we're going to do is parrot. We're going to mirror it back to them. I completely understand that the purple gorilla suit concerns you. What is it about the purple gorilla suit that has you worried? Like, you literally say anything. Hey, Hope. You're muted.
Yes.
I just don't think I'm ready to buy.
What makes you say that, Dan?
I don't know if my house will sell.
Wow. I'm wondering why you feel that way. What makes you say that?
Just kind of don't know what the market's going to do with all the coronavirus stuff.
Well, I feel you. But what I can tell you is what's happening today. And right now it's a great time to sell. There's just less than a 2-month supply of inventory. And I have a feeling you can get top dollar for your home.
Okay.
Would it be worth 15 minutes of your time to get together and visit?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready.
Wow. Do you know when you might have 15 minutes?
I don't.
Okay. So you say you're not ready. I guess I'm just wondering, I mean, you're still trying to get away to Tahoe, right? Last time I checked, you were interested in going out there so you could go boating with your family?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, it'd be nice. Just not a now thing.
I'm wondering what changed last time we talked.
Just the whole
I mean, is there
coronavirus
anything
thing. Market shifted.
Okay. Right. Is there anything other than the coronavirus that's preventing you from selling?
No.
Right. Now, last time we talked, I mean, I do know that you didn't want anybody in your home, and you do know there's ways that we can advertise without having people come through, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand.
Okay. Is this a real call?
He's making it hard.
You gotta realize you're not always gonna get the super easy bubbly. You're gonna get the very reluctant, cold, non-responsive seller. That's like,
That
just
would
wait.
utterly frustrate me. Oh my
This is
God.
the real thing though.
Well, what could I have done different there?
Isolate the objection. So you want to identify, I completely understand that the coronavirus has you concerned. Validate them, and you're right for feeling that way. A lot of people are. Overcome the objection. Now, other than the uncertainty in the marketplace, is there anything else that is holding you from moving forward? One thing I've heard in the last couple of weeks is you guys need some help with objections, right? The only way you can overcome an objection is to isolate it. No one can help you. Somebody would like, you know what? I'm not ready to buy. The wife's pregnant. The market's uncertain. My dad says I need to buy a new truck. I don't like the flavor purple. All of these things just keep me. You can't, you have too many moving targets. What you need to do is isolate it down. Other than the market being uncertain, the fact that your father feels like you need to buy a truck, you don't like the flavor purple, and your wife being pregnant, what's the main concern that you have from moving forward in the sale of your home? Well, we weren't going to do anything till my wife has the baby. Then we flush out the main objection. Okay. Now, what's important about your wife having the baby first before selling your home? You can see how that lines us down where you can start building the bridge over the objection when you know what's important to them. Remember that as a sales professional, your job is to have a solution to their problem. It's not a product. It's not, a service. It's a solution, whatever it is, to whatever issue that they're dealing with. You got termites, what's the solution? You got a roof issue, what's the solution? Your car's not big enough, what's the solution? Not what fixes it. It's the solution, and you are the bringer of solutions. So somebody's got all these objections, you need to have a solution to it. If you have a solution to a problem they don't have, are you valuable?
Yes, because you have foresight. I'm sorry, a problem that.
If you have a solution they don't have a problem to, I got a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. It's for sale up in the mountains for $400,000. Fantastic. My house is too big already. I have a solution to a problem they don't have. Am I valuable? Because I don't know what they need. Our job is to find out what they need. So we need to isolate the objections. Miss Harvey, you ready?
Let's go.
I don't know if I'm ready to buy yet.
What makes you say that, Dan?
I'm really uncertain of what's going on right now.
What do you mean? Like when you say what's going on, like in your life, in the world? What do you mean?
Well, I'm uncertain of, all the market because of the coronavirus stuff. It really has me concerned.
So the market, coronavirus. So you want to sell your house. Is that when you say coronavirus, are you fearful that people are going to bring it into your home? Are you fearful of going to go look for houses and catch it? What's your fear?
Now those.
So
people can bring it into my home and I can catch it when I'm not looking at houses?
well, we have things to make sure that doesn't happen. I mean, can we 100% make that happen? No, I'm not going to lie to you. But what I can tell you is what we can do. We can wipe down the doorknobs. We can make people wear masks. We make people wear booties. There's things out there that will keep you from, keep your home safe. And when we go out and look, yes, there's going to be sellers that are going to be in the same boat as you. So if we can get together and have a plan to make sure that, nobody comes in your house, and even if they did have it, but they'll be protected. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, that kind of settles my mind a little bit better.
So tomorrow, do you have 15 minutes where we can go over what we can do?
No.
No? What about Thursday?
No.
Well, do you have a time in mind where we can get together?
Not really.
Well, how about...
I'm going to pause you right there. The reason I'm saying no, why am I saying no?
Because you're being a jerk.
Because you're asking me yes or no questions.
Oh, got it.
Every time we and you guys ask me a yes or no question, how do I respond?
No.
Yes or no.
No.
I don't give you more than that. Ask better questions.
When can we get together?
Exactly. Open-ended. Powerful questions are ones that respond with an answer, not yes or no.
Or what are you doing for lunch tomorrow?
Exactly. I like that. What are you doing for lunch tomorrow?
I like that one.
Ooh. Yeah, for me, I'm like, ooh. Yeah.
I might have my kids, but I can take you to lunch.
I like. We don't even have to go to lunch together, but you just piqued my interest because I like food. I'm like, lunch? I don't know. I'm excited. I got to eat during lunch. So the one thing I want to point out is when we talk about the objection, what happened?
Solution.
Actually, she started highlighting your fears and feeding them.
You actually injected objections. So when you ask a question, what are you concerned about? Well, are you concerned about your life, the economy, the market? You want to leave it very open. Don't inject. Amber, I completely understand that you're worried right now about the market. What is it about the market right now that has you concerned? Open. Don't give them a multiple choice question. Now, instead of, is it the fact that we can go get coronavirus at the store? We can get coronavirus people coming in your house. We can get coronavirus off a spoon. We can get coronavirus off of watching The Simpsons. What is it about the coronavirus that makes you upset? Like, all these things now became issues to me. Instead of, what is it about the coronavirus that has you concerned? What is it about blank that has you blank? It's a very easy formula to help flush out some of the things that you need. So who wants to give it a run? Let's have two participations. I need an agent and I need a client.
I volunteer for one of them.
Okay. Angela, you are a client.
Okay.
Because you talk to a lot of FSBOs.
Okay, I'll be as
I want you to
difficult as they are.
think about one of the clients you've been dealing with that you're having struggle with and embody that person.
Okay, I got
Who
one.
wants to give it a shot?
I'll give
I
it a
always
shot.
come on. Oh,
All
Greg.
right.
Go ahead, Greg.
Woo! Mr. Hunter.
Okay, give me
All
a
right, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hi there.
Hey, good morning. Is this the owner of 123 Main Street?
Yeah, sure is. What can I do for you?
Yeah, this is Greg Hunter with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. The reason I'm reaching out to you is because I noticed your home is on sale on Zillow, and I was wondering if you'd be offended if I come view your property.
Oh, sure. You gonna bring a buyer with you?
Well, I won't have a buyer with me. What I do is I just add you to my inventory list, and that way I know what kind of buyers to bring you.
Oh, that sounds good because I could use a buyer.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I see this is a nice home. So what made you decide to sell your house?
Well, right now we are planning on just downsizing.
Downsizing?
Actually,
Okay. You know what?
no, I'm sorry. We were gonna downsize, but I actually live in Reno, and
Okay.
I've had this house in the family for a long time, and nobody wants to try to sell it but me.
Okay. So you got brothers and sisters that don't want to sell it, or just
Yeah, no one seems interested in trying to sell it. We tried to sell it last year. We had it on the market for about a year, and I just couldn't sell it. So we took it off the market, and I'm not really, I have people that take care of it, maintenance it and housekeep it and stuff. And so I'm just kind of doing like appointment onlys. And I really don't like people in it, like open house kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna see how it goes.
Okay. You got a particular time frame, like 6
Not
months
really,
or
because
not really?
no, I mean, I waited a year and I didn't sell it. So this time, if I sell it, I sell it. If I don't, I might come back down and spend the winter there in it.
Okay. Have you tried to sell it yourself last time, or do you have an agent?
Tried to sell it myself. No, I had an agent. Actually, I had Keller Williams.
Okay. Okay. How'd that go? It didn't sell, but how was your experience with a Keller Williams agent?
Actually, my house got broken into during that time. So I'm
What?
not very comfortable with that's why I don't like open houses, because I don't trust having just random people walking through my house.
Okay. And I see you got this price at $250. So what made you come up with that price?
Well, I did look at a couple comps around my neighborhood. My house is kind of unique, though. I feel like it's so much more a vacation rental, just because it's very, I don't know, it's very Old Pueblo. My tile is very unique, and I have faux painted walls, and it's just very unique. It's in the middle of the desert. So I've been able to rent it as a vacation rental really easily. But for some reason, I think it's worth $529,000, just based on the size and everything and what I've seen in the neighborhood. But I haven't been able to get that yet.
Okay. So I'd like to come by and see your home tomorrow at noon. How's that sound? That sound good?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, bring a buyer with you, though.
I'll try my best to bring somebody with me.
Okay.
But so I got a quick question for you. If by chance, if I could sell your home and net more money, would you sign with me today?
You know what? I really don't want to use a realtor. I don't want to pay the commission, and I'm not in any hurry whatsoever. I mean, I could keep the house or I could sell it. It really doesn't matter to me either way.
Okay. So tomorrow's visit will be basically me come by to view your home and potentially bring you a buyer. And I'll also bring you some information that would help you understand why using a realtor would be more beneficial and easier than using an agent. And even if you don't list with me, that'll give you valuable information. So that's a win-win for you. You get valuable information, and you have an opportunity to see what it's like to work with a fine Keller Williams agent like myself. So that's that.
Well, if you can cut the commission, I had one realtor say that she would only charge me 0.5%. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna reach out to her and find out what that's all about.
I'll give you a little inside scoop on that. The 0.5% is what she charges for herself, but she's going to pay the buyer's agent 3%. So my basic 6% is 3% goes to the buyer's agent, and then 1% goes to the brokerage, 1% marketing, and 1% to myself. So I'm basically just bringing home 1% for me and my family.
Perfect.
And I don't charge a commission. I earn it.
Yeah, we should have started there. I would like you guys to remember, don't talk figures over the phone.
Okay.
Don't discuss commissions and professional fees over the phone. Isolate the objection, though. Well, one thing you did, Greg, is you did a great job of just rolling past objections. She said objection, you just ignored it, kept going. It's one tactic, but it also shows you're not paying attention. And those will come up later on. She threw out a bunch of objections at you. So the one thing we got to do is we need to identify, overcome. In that tactic, Greg is using what they call steamroll method. So 1 second, Tess. If the objection, words are tough. If the objection comes up 3 times, you need to work on it.
Good. Yep, gotcha.
You kept throwing out a bunch of random objections, which meant she didn't really have an objection. She was just trying to see what you would do. Well, it's unlikely to have a buyer for your property, but I'm gonna come out and check it out anyways, because I do represent a ton of buyers and sellers in the area, and it's not a bad idea for us to become friends so that you have a little bit more ammunition in your arsenal when it comes to selling your house. And you know what? Maybe I can give you quite enough information where it makes sense for you to sell a house with an agent. If I can show you a way I can make you more money without it costing you anything additional, would that be worth 15 minutes of your time? So, what'd you have, Seth? What was your question? Muted. You're muted.
First, I want to make sure that I heard correctly, but she was raising objections about didn't want an agent because she didn't want open houses. She didn't want people going through because she'd had a break-in the last time, blah, blah, blah. But then she turned around later and mentioned something about having rented it out as a vacation rental. What do you do when you have a contradiction like that?
What you do is you play on the narrative. And what Angela's talking about is this old crazy lady that lives in Colorado that has a $500,000 listing out in the desert here somewhere near.
And she does.
I'm just saying I just happen to know where that client came from. We've talked about it before. But you're saying, Tess, there's contradictions in there, so you play the narrative. Now, Angela, I completely understand not wanting to have unknown people come traipsing through your house. It does put you at a safety risk. At Keller Williams, we actually take all the precautions that we can to keep your home as safe and secure as possible. What we can do is a lot of things remotely and digitally so that you don't have people coming through your home other than the people that you rent it out to, of course. And I'm sure they're vetted, right? Play the narrative. Does tomorrow at 2:00 still work for you? Great. So that way you can have that conversation. But play the narrative. If there's a contradiction, just play the narrative. You don't have to be, that doesn't make any sense. You're stupid because it's probably one of your renters that broke in, not the Keller Williams agent. Now you've just become an adversary. You want to align with them, play the narrative. So, I completely understand. I wouldn't want people running through my house either. Isolate, acknowledge, completely understand. You're right to think that way. Move past it. If it comes up again, then you really need to focus on it. If it's just a bunch of random objections, that's just the trail of going up and down the conversation slopes.
So am I understanding then that part of what you're saying is that some people just raise objections just because they don't even know themselves why they're hesitating? So they're just randomly.
Raise your hands if you guys have your videos on. If not, shame on you. Raise your hands if you've ever gone somewhere and said the words, "I'm just looking."
Yeah.
Let me ask you, why the hell did you go there anyways?
Because I was an architecture student and I'm interested in how houses are built.
Okay, then you're not just looking. You're there with a purpose.
Why waste your time, right? You wouldn't waste your valuable time just looking. At some point, you want to buy something.
And Tessa's answer, she's an architect student. I'm here with a narrative in mind. I'm coming to look up information for my projects and my plans and my designs. I have a purpose. It's not to just look.
That's really good.
You got to find out why. Why are you taking this phone call? Why did you take this meeting? Why did you show up at my open house? Why are you here? And nobody just comes in because they're just looking.
But you know why I would say that most of the time is because I hated the fact that they would hound me while I was looking. And so that was my way of going, get away from me. I just want to look.
And as a trained sales professional, when someone says, "I'm just looking," it makes me go, okay, what's the real story? That's perfectly okay just to look. Now, out of curiosity, what brought you in today? I'm just looking. Okay. Is there anything in particularly I can help you, I can point in the direction of? Nope, just looking. That's fantastic. What caused you to stop by right now? Just looking. What is it you're looking for?
Can I say something right there?
Yeah.
Because I mentioned this to Amber. She can verify this on Saturday. That bugs me so badly. When I go into a store, if they get past the second thing, I turn around and I look at them and I say, if you don't stop bugging me, I'll walk out and I'll never come back. Well, that's how badly that bothers me.
Well, that's a bad salesperson. I 100% know that if I were in that situation with you, I could get 7 questions deep before you were annoyed. Because instead of just asking the same damn question, I'm going to mirror you. I'm going to repeat you. I'm going to parrot back everything you say. I'm going to align myself with you as a person. You and I are going to build rapport on a subliminal level. Our subconsciouses are going to become friends. So when I ask you this the right time, saying, all right, Miss Tess, what is it that brought you in today?
You don't know.
Like, I drove by. I'm really thinking about buying a new mattress. I would love to sleep better. Hey, great. They're right over there. So the same thing with people on the phone. If you're talking to somebody on the phone, they picked up the phone. They asked you to come talk to them about a buyer consultation or seller's consultation, or they came into your open house, or they called you on a listing, or they called you on a lead, or something piqued their interest. Our job is to uncover the motivation and anchor it. We can get to that with people who are just giving you random objections because they really don't know what's holding them back.
Yeah.
Or they're afraid to say it.
Or they're afraid and they don't know why they're afraid.
Exactly. It could be the uncertainty. Uncertainty is the death of a lot, you know. We will move past that in a lot of our sales opportunities and become better sales professionals when we're able to anchor down a motivation, isolate, overcome any objection, and move them down the process in a professional and friendly manner. Come from contribution, guys.
A lot of people are just afraid of change, even though
Yes.
they need to do something. They're just gripped with fear about the change.
There's some chats I didn't even check on. Sorry, guys. I've been non-chatting. Eileen says that salesperson can be intimidating and annoying with so many questions if it's done improperly. That's why I'm saying there are differences between a salesperson and a sales professional.
Does anybody have a good script for calling people that did walk through your open house? Like when you call them?
Hey, Miss Amber, it's Big Dan Calder from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. How are you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. I just wanted to call you back and say thank you again for stopping by and visiting me at 123 Main Street. Did you have any lingering questions after you left?
I was wondering, how much square footage was that again?
Oh, it's a great question. Actually, it's 2,536 square foot. Is that important to you in the house you're looking for?
Yeah, I have a big family, so I'm just trying to, we went and seen so many homes. I can't remember which home I saw.
Did you like any of them?
Yeah, there was a couple that stood out that could work for my family. I'm just trying to figure out on pricing and stuff like that.
Is pricing a factor for you?
Oh, it is. I have a budget.
Awesome. Is your budget high or low?
It's low, lower than, when I look at homes, I wonder what kind of market it is. So to get the best money for the home, or the value of the home.
So you're concerned about the market?
Yeah.
I'm going to pause it. Did I ask a single open-ended question?
No, except for the one where you gave her a choice, high or low.
It was not. It was still closed. It was yes or no, high or low. It's
Higher or low, yeah.
I wanted somebody to point it out, but no one did. You open up. What lingering questions can I answer for you? Oh, what's the square footage? The square footage is blank. What was important about that? Oh, we're looking for something bigger or smaller. Let's follow down the trail.
But you didn't say what's important about that. You said, is that a factor for you?
I did it on purpose. I did yes or no.
You did it also on another question too, on the last question.
Every question I asked was a yes or no or a closed-ended question.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
I noticed it, but I just trust that you know what you're doing. So
you can get there by asking closed-ended questions if they're very pointed.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking it would be like, why is that a factor for you? Or how much of a factor is that for you, or whatever.
Yeah, what's important about that? What's important about that? What's important about that? What is it about that that's important? So yeah, again, hey, Miss Amber, it's Big Dan Calder from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I want to say thank you again for stopping by and visiting me at my open house at 123 Main Street. What lingering questions could I answer for you?
If the backyard, could I build a pool?
Well, that's a great question. What about the pool is important to you?
Well, my kids are young, and, I promised them that when I buy our next house that we would have a pool. And I'm not sure if I can remember if it had enough square foot in the back to build a pool.
There are other houses in the community, very similar size, that do have pools. When would be a good time for us to get back together over the property so you can see it again and we can make it an addressment there?
Oh, I don't know. I have a busy week this week.
That's all right. Would something next week be easier? Or would you like to do something later on in the evening time?
Next week I'm on vacation, so I won't be in town.
Oh, fantastic. Where are you going?
Bermuda.
Lucky. I hope you come back. I've heard there's a weird triangle out there that gets people stuck.
No, I think, let me look at my calendar. Can you hold on for just a second?
Got all the time in the world, December.
How about tomorrow at 4:30? Would that work for you?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect. I will see you at the property. Do you still have the address? Or would you like me to send it to you?
Can you send that to me? Because I had so many papers that day and flyers that.
Would you mind if I texted it to you right now?
No, I don't mind. Can you please text it to me?
You have it?
I got it.
Now you can mix in both open-ended and closed-ended questions when you're guiding a conversation, and it creates a much more enriched conversation where you're like, not what questions can I answer for you? There's a key word in there. What is it?
What?
What?
Lingering.
Who's been asked the question? What questions can I answer for you? All of us, right? Everyone's gone somewhere and then someone's like, you find everything you need? Uh-huh. You got any questions I can answer? No. You throw that word in there. What lingering questions can I answer for you? It's an assumption that they have lingering questions. And as the human society, we are a very polite society, if you look at it whole, where if somebody assumes that we have something to say, we're going to find something to say. We're going to conjure up a question that they haven't, I need an answer to. Miss Mary, what lingering questions can I answer for you? You're like,
You start looking for a lingering question.
Exactly. So remember that. That's how you do a script for an open house follow-up. Thank them for coming by. Thank you again for stopping by my open house at 123 Main Street. It was a pleasure meeting you, Dave, and the 3 kids. And it was a pleasure with, thank you for bringing your dog by. I love it when people do that. Like something that was, you can let them know you actually cared that they were there or noticed who they are. What lingering questions can I answer for you? Well, I don't really have any. Well, that's great. It really sounds like it didn't kind of stick out in your mind. What was it about the house that wasn't so memorable? Is that an important factor to know? What was it about the house that made them take it off the list? Some people, just remember this, some clients don't know that you can show them other houses. So we have to remind them.
I actually add that to my, Tess, you were there. I actually add that, hey, if I know this house may not be right for you, but if there are any other homes in the neighborhood or the areas you're looking, give me a call. I'll set up an appointment with whoever's selling the home if it's not vacant, and we'll go take a look at it.
I like it. All right, guys.
Hey, Dan,
Yes,
at the end, when you already had her phone number, why didn't you want her email address to send her the link from that?
I thought that too.
We were texting.
Oh.
It would have gone through there. Because what I'll do from there is I'll text her the address. And what is my typical appointment script? Hey, do you mind if I text you over the address? Oh, fantastic. I'm going to send you over a meeting invite to the calendar. What email address would you like me to send that to?
Okay.
It's the second part of that scripting.
Gotcha.
Hey, you still have the address of the house. Would you like me to text it to you? Because that's text opt-in.
Sure.
That's them saying, yes, you can text me. And it also lets you know that you have their mobile phone number, not just a work phone number. Great. Jason, you can receive that text right now. I'm going to put a meeting invite in my calendar. What email should you like me to send that over to you?
Okay, got it. Yeah, cool.
So it all sews together, guys. It's a big, giant loom that we're just creating. I can tell you missed me yesterday. You guys have all kinds of questions. We never run this late. And I was on yesterday morning, just in case any of y'all showed up. And guess what?
Nobody did.
Nobody showed up. I was in my white shirt on my couch with my colorful blanket behind me, ready to
The reason why I asked is because normally we get the email, like the the market emails. Well, I do. And nothing was on there until June 11th. And I'm like, are they redoing the calendars? Are they, yeah, that's why I was, and then I get one after I text you, I got one that says, oh yeah, script roll, whatever is today. Or
Yeah, I'll find out what's going on with the market email. That's strange. So
yeah,
you can always count on scripts and role play to be in the morning, unless it's a day that the office is closed, like Monday was. That's a conversation directly with myself or whoever's going to run it that day, if you need it. Like, well, yeah, I asked on Friday, you guys want me to be on for scripts and role play on Monday, and I don't think anyone heard. You guys were all so excited to get off the call. Good work. So, which I don't like.
Group this afternoon, correct?
Yes, ma'am. 2:30. 2:30. Same channel, same place, same smiling faces. Bring your buyer's consultation. We are going over one. And if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Well, everyone on the call is PC, so it works.
Sounds great.
You guys, today was fun.
Yep. Excellent.
Other than today being fun, Tess, what did you learn? That
You're
you're
muted.
still-
Flowing with the narrative, it's not going to be something easy for me, but yeah.
You really got to pay attention to the call. That's why scripting is important. So that way you don't need to think of what's going to be said next. You just go through your call and you can really pay attention to what they're saying.
Well, I obviously was paying attention or I wouldn't have caught the contradiction. It's not attention that gets me. It's the ability to think fast enough to follow up with it.
Exactly. That's what you're going to listen to the conversation. It's the scripting is going to be the muscle memory that lets you say, as soon as somebody says this, you say that.
And validating them and parroting it back to them, that gives you the time to figure out where you have to go.
Exactly. It's
Or
actually small time.
you say great, or what other words would you use to stall, Dan, in case you can't? I know what Tess is talking about. I say great.
Absolutely. Fantastic. That's great. Good point. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I never thought about it that way. Oh, okay. Oh.
stop.
Literally, there's literally everything you can do to stall it in a conversation. I want you guys to realize you gotta respect where they're coming from. Like, I completely understand. Jason, I completely understand you're terrified of spiders at nighttime. You're not alone. Other than the spiders in the darkness, what is it about buying this house in the mountains that scares you?
Afraid of needles, not spiders.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. See what I mean? It goes back to that saying, don't be interesting.
Be interested.
Interested. Find out their core motivations, find out their whys, and you can find out how you can solve their problems. All right, guys, go do something great today. I'd love to hear some wins. Thank you for joining us on this long morning call, and awesome Purple Shirt Tuesday to every one of you. Jason's rocking it out, I can see.
All right, see ya.
Awesome, guys.